What's up, country rap world? I'm Choppeezy for Country Rap-ish. And you know what we're here for? The public service announcement for country rap. I'm here with WhoTFisJustinTime. What's up, bro?
What's up, Choppeezy? How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man.
First and foremost, man, I'm proud of everything that you guys got going on
Thank
over
you,
there.
bro.
It's awesome to see you, man. So,
Appreciate you, man. So you brought us here, bro. What are we going to tell them?
you know, there's a lot of talk right now, I guess, that's going on amongst everybody, from the fans to the blogs to the peers. And I really just got everybody here today just to make sure that they tell their dad and they tell their mom to get their tickets at www.redneckrave.com. Nah, man, but on a real note, I'm sure everybody expected that one, so I got to give them their money's worth on that one. But nah, man, I think that there needs to be a sit down with the state of country rap scene right now, and I see everything that you have going on, so I thought what better way to really talk to the people and get some points across. So we're sitting down right now, so whatever you got in those little cards you've been
some stuff
jotting down over there.
Got some stuff, dog.
Let's get it, man. Let's jump into it.
Hey, so, you know, I hear and I've heard a lot about you. I hear some negative stuff about you, Justin. Why do you think people talk so negatively about Justin Time?
I don't think it's a lot of people. I think it's just a little select demographic. I feel like most of the people, they have known kind of what I've done. You know what I mean? Like, I know I'm a city slicker, and I know I'm stuff like that, but at the end of the day, my mission for everything has always been to bring people together. So, you know, sometimes I lose myself, and I'll start feeding into the negativity, but I always am constantly reminded by certain friends, like, Justin, you know, you need to look around and look at all your blessings and look how many people really do love you. So I try not to really focus on the negativity. I mean, here recently, obviously, we've been doing the trolling and stuff like that. Yeah. But man, in the grand scheme of things, I really don't focus on the negativity because, I mean, those people are still watching every day. They're still commenting. They're still doing all that stuff, man. So I'll keep them tuned in, and yeah, we'll see where that goes.
I respect you a lot, man. I have nothing but respect for you. Never said anything negative about you.
Yeah.
But I have heard stuff, you know what I mean? And stuff like, to you, you know, back to what you said about city slicker, people call you a city slicker. What, in your opinion, makes a country rapper a country rapper?
I mean, that's a good question, man. But at the end of the day, it's whatever you want to call yourself, dude. Like, where are you from?
I was born in Ohio, but I grew up all my raising in the backwoods of Tennessee.
Okay, and early on, would you call yourself just a rapper?
Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah.
And now, would you call yourself a country rapper?
Not really, man.
Okay, so then that's all you need to know. At the end of the day, if you want to be a rapper, if you want to be a country rapper, if you want to be a singer, you want to be this, you want to be that, you can choose to be whatever you want. You're a grown-ass man. If you want to call yourself a country rapper and you're as city as they come, who's to say you can't do that?
Absolutely. So why now? Why make this announcement today, Justin?
Really, I just want to tell people that, man, it's gotten so crazy. Like so I spend a lot of times in the comment sections, and I see a lot of stuff. And a lot of people right now, it's so divided more than it's ever been. Mm-hmm. And I don't think it should be like that. And I feel like now is the time to where, okay, you know, maybe this individual don't like you, maybe this group of fans don't like you, but that shouldn't stop you from doing whatever it is that you want to do. So, and I feel like what's going on now is I'm not just doing this to talk about this and talk about this. I want to talk about this because there's a lot of artists out there right now that they don't know what the fuck's going on. They don't know if they do a song with so-and-so, then this person's not going to like them. And then that person's fan base is going to sit there and shit on them. You know what I mean? And then it's going to be, okay, if this person on the other side, they fuck with this person, then that other side's gonna shit on them. And I don't think that's fair to the up and coming artists because they don't know anything. To a lot of these artists, they look up to everybody. For many years, this is the music that people's been listening to in their side by sides. This is the music that people's been listening to when they're out by the bonfire or they're doing city slicking shit. You know what I mean? So I feel like there's a lot of power up at the top of the food chain right now. And those people need to use that power to actually help the artists. And I feel like they're just scaring the artists right now. Artists don't know what to do. They're looking around. They're like, oh my God, if I drop this song that I have with this person right now, I'm going to get shitted on. And I don't feel like that's right for the artists.
I think that's a problem. And I see a lot of guys coming to you, man, instead of saying the bigger names. They're not saying the bigger names. They're saying Justin Time.
What do you mean?
Like their artists aren't saying, hey, Adam, how can you help me? Hey, Ryan, how can you help me? Hey, Struggle, hey, Jelly, hey, these guys, you know what I mean? They're saying, hey, Justin.
Yeah, but I also feel like on the same token, all the guys that you mentioned, they have helped so many people out. Like whether people want to say whatever the state is in, country rap's in right now, all those people that you named, they've helped their fair share of people out. You know what I mean? And they still do. Most of them still do. And yeah, so I think at the end of the day, I do appreciate that, but I can't sit over here and just say, you know what I mean? It's because of me or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, like I don't want it to be about just what I have going on. Like I said, the Redneck Rave, the one that we're doing this year, we have over 70 artists, and that's what I want to focus on.
That's going to be a hell of an experience.
Yes,
man.
sir.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one, man. Sophia, West Virginia.
Would you say the fans are who make country rappers?
I would say the fans are the reason that anybody's doing anything they're fucking doing right now.
Amen to that.
Like at the end of the day, people can say that they can buy bots and you can do this and you can do that, but without the fans, this shit doesn't shake, it doesn't move, it doesn't push forward, and just like the artists are scared. You know what I mean? The fans are the same way. You know what I mean? If you fucking like Ryan, you can't like Adam. If you like Adam, you can't like Ryan. You know what I mean? And I don't see it being something that the side over here has done. I feel like a lot of division has been caused 100% by Ryan.
By Ryan?
Yeah, 100%.
Would you say Ryan then weaponizes his fan base?
Absolutely. And I don't speak too much on personal matters. You know what I mean? I don't get into the family trials and tribulations and shit like that. But it comes a time to where the fucking suing shit. It's like, dude, at the end of the day, what kind of country people are gonna co-sign somebody suing another guy for trolling on the internet or joking on the internet? Like, I thought this was supposed to be fun and shit like that. So I don't know why. And then it baffles me because there's so many people that kind of still stand behind it. They're like, oh yeah, he's getting sued, he's doing it. Like, if you want to sue somebody, like, I can understand, what is it, the Kylie Rodney thing? Like, at the end, do you know about this?
I do know a little bit.
Okay, so this is stuff that I'd never speak on. Probably, I would never say anything that I'm about to say in this interview. But ever since the whole suing shit, I'm just going to fucking take the gloves off. So the Kylie Rodney shit, that's when you sue something. You know what I mean? You got Ryan out here talking about some, a girl, and that she never existed. And now the family is like, hey, you imagine being that dad? And there's some fucking dude on the internet that's running his damn cum catcher saying your daughter didn't exist. Now that's some suing shit, right?
Yeah, that would be devastating.
Like, imagine if you have kids.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
imagine if somebody said your daughter doesn't exist or your son doesn't exist, and then go all the way and plaster it on everything, and then weaponize this fan base to attack this group of family that's already mourning. That's not right. So that's all I'm gonna say about that shit. Fuck that suing shit, dude. All that jail shit. All that trying to get people in trouble, getting people locked up, all that other shit. Fucking, what's his name? Chris Hosire. You know what I mean? That dude got in trouble. that dude got in trouble with the jail shit, right?
Yeah.
Did you see me glorifying that? Because I don't wish the jail shit, the court shit, I don't wish none of that on my worst fucking enemies, dude.
I asked you about it live.
Yeah, I do. I've had videos from this whole fucking escapade of whatever this jackass does. And I didn't say anything about it because I don't fuck with the law shit. I don't fuck with the snitching shit. No, we ain't doing that over here.
I respect that heavy, dog. Real shit. What I have a problem with is when I see Hosire get on the computer, the internet, and he's telling stories. He's telling all these narratives, all these different things, and then he wants to get on the limelight. You know what I mean? So
I'm Testicle Tarzan. Listen, Testicle Tarzan is just hanging on by anything he can get right now, and right now it's Ryan Upchurch's fucking scrotum. And he's washing his cars for him. He's got him like a goddamn, you know what I mean? Like, hey little bitch, go wash my fucking car. I'll give you a feature that you're never gonna fucking put out unless I have everything to do with it. You know what I mean? Like, that dude's got to be the biggest fucking weasel in the entire thing. And I remember the good old days when we all used to fucking come together for a common goal. That was to say, fuck that guy, because he's a weasel. So,
I've heard that from a few people.
I've heard that from everybody in the industry besides 5 people that's working together right now. Fucking common denominator, bub.
That's great. So I've heard a lot about that. So let's touch on, the whole Chris Hosier thing. He has said...
I've never talked about this fucking weasel, to be honest with you, but let's get it.
Well, let's talk about it. Let's
get it.
Let's tell country rap why there is a Justin Time and Hosier beef?
It's really not even a beef because he's kind of like my son. So really, it's not like I'm mad at him. I'm just like disappointed. Like I'm disappointed in all the doors that were open for this guy that he didn't deserve. Because at the end of the day, he had this fucking little thing in the back of his head that he always had like a little conniving plan. You know what I mean? Like this is like what people don't know is our falling out. They think it's because of this or they think it's because of that. It has everything to do with, once again, Ryan. Because when we're doing the Redneck Raves, Chris wants to come up and concoct this fucking idea like, hey, I'm gonna fucking punch Ryan and we're gonna fucking go viral and we're gonna do all this other shit. And I looked at him in the eyes, I'm like, nah, we're not gonna do that stupid shit. Like this dude's coming, he's showing love to our event, we're having a good time. This dude ain't never did anything wrong. Why would you even have that going through your head? And from that moment forward, our relationship was never the same. After I was like, nah, we ain't running that shit. And then a week later it was, oh, okay, now I'm getting bashed on the internet for being a bad guy. When I was the guy who's funding the entire fucking operation in the beginning. You know what I mean? So it's like, They try to shit on me, but a lot of the people that try to shit on me, I've helped in one way or another. And it's just like, okay, well, how come I have an entire genre of my peers that I'm still cool with to this day, but this weasel's got to fucking be testicle Tarzan and go watch fucking Hellcats for Ryan just to be somewhat relevant.
Well, how do you feel about the remix him and Ryan's done, Rebel Till I Die?
They didn't do Rebel Till I Die. They did the Redneck Rave anthem, which they renamed it the Redneck Anthem, and then they did all this other shit. I mean, it just kind of shows you the how they work. I mean, that's touche.
And is it true that you and Ryan Fleming, also known as Hard Target?
Is this you setting up for the text message? Is this what we got going on?
Yeah, well, I'm cleaning. We cleaning.
This is what we got going on with this fucking text message? Hey, listen. I've called my lawyers just to be like, hey, man, does this fucking guy, look, this guy has only been, you know what it was? That motherfucker Ryan got mad because he had to wake up. And when he woke up, it was like 100 people probably calling him. And he was probably like, man, what the fuck, yada, yada, yada. I'm just like, what are you talking about? Dude, you're not the only person in the world named Ryan. You ain't never heard of my good buddy Ryan Fleming, a.k.a. Hard Target? I was just with him. We talked about making a remix to Rebel Till I Die.
Now,
how about this? Ryan, stop making everything about you, bub. I bet you think the song is about you. It's not.
Y'all were together the weekend before that.
We did a song together, shot music videos together. We had a great time together. So
was that fun? Was that a good experience?
Oh, absolutely, dude. Yeah, we came up with a great song. So I can't wait till that comes out.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Let's talk about the animosity with some other people, man. Other than Hosier, let's talk about the Colt Ford animosity. What stemmed from that? Like I remember the black ball. You remember the black 8 balls?
Yeah.
Like I remember getting me one of those. I got one.
Man, I would answer this question a totally different way a couple months ago, but sometimes you have to sit back and you have to be like, okay, you may feel like in your heart that you're so right about something, right? But sometimes you need to sit back and you need to look at the bigger picture sometimes. And you can't deny what Colt Ford has done for our genre of country rap. You can't deny that. And our discrepancy really has nothing to do with me and him at all. It was something else that happened and, you know what I mean, blase, blase. And my hot-headedness, I went on the, you know what I mean, because I'm like, oh, you're gonna, you know what I mean, typical just-in-time fashion. And yeah, and if I could turn back time, you know what I mean, I might have had a conversation with them rather than just blowing up and doing all this other shit, because we have so many mutual friends, and they reached out when the situation happened, and I was very hard-headed about the situation, man. But like I said, there's no more animosity. You know what I mean? I'm sure you know what I mean. I wish him the best, and you know I cannot deny what he's done for our genre. So there ain't no beef or anything with Colt Ford at all anymore to this day.
That's good, man.
Yes,
I know I've heard a lot about it.
Well, sometimes that's my hot-headedness, man. I'll be 100% honest with you. Sometimes I do overreact a bit, especially online and social media, and I can admit that. So
I appreciate that. I respect that too. I do like the black 8 balls though. Those were cool.
We sold out in an hour.
That was a good marketing move. So I remember a picture I seen on the internet. This picture had you, Adam Calhoun, and Ryan Upchurch in front of a dumpster in it.
In front of the dumpster.
In front of the dumpster.
Key word, dumpster. So you know who that dumpster was?
No clue.
You guessed it.
Ain't no. No way.
So that was the good old days when everyone used to take jabs at Hosire. And so Big Murph actually took the picture, and we took it on the pallets, and we were like, dude, we got fucking Hosire in the back, and it's that big blue dumpster. So yeah, man, I got that picture framed actually. Oh, that's a great picture. But yeah, Big Murph took that picture. That was when we was at T Stoner. We was making the Rebels Only album, and yeah, Ryan just came by, showed love. Like this was back in the day when everyone really showed love. Like it was like you know what I mean? It wasn't no beef or that beef shit. With like I said, there was a few players. Like everybody didn't like Hosire because the weasel that he is, or I mean, really, it was just kind of him and a few other people. But you know, we've all grown up since then, so it's still, you know, fuck Hosire. But everyone else, we've kind of, it's like, man, we're grown. We ain't no real beef. You know what I mean? It's just back and forth internet shit. And a lot of these people I've had face-to-face conversations with, you know what I mean, that has talked shit. And, you know what I mean, it's either, you know, my bad, Justin, it was just the internet. Or about 99.9% it's my bad, Justin, it's just the internet.
That happens a lot, don't it?
Absolutely.
That happens a lot, don't it? I can imagine the phone calls you get.
Well, once they kind of realize that it's a fucking real deal thing, you know what I mean? Like your boy. What's your boy use when you started your podcast? You know what I mean? The guy, right? The
that one guy.
The leaker guy. The leaker guy, right? So, funny thing, today, he called Larry, and he was like, man, I just want to apologize to Justin, man. I didn't mean to talk about this and talk about that and yada, yada, yada. And I told Larry, I was like, text him back, and you make sure that you let him know that the apology needs to be just as loud as the fucking disrespect that you've been showing. You know what I mean? And not only the disrespect that you showed me, but the disrespect that you showed my team and the bullshit that you said and all the lies and propaganda that you have spread, all that shit. I want the apology to be just as loud as the disrespect. If not, fuck you. You still have to answer for what you said.
Put that 10-full grill back in and say you apologize.
I mean, it might be too late to apologize.
Tell me the dynamic that, like, because you went up on his panel, if I'm correct, you went up on his panel and told him, respectfully, you didn't do it no crazy, psychotic, I'm going to fucking beat your ass type of way. You just told him he's going to have to stand on what he said about your family, right?
Yeah, because, all right, so, that's funny. You're getting pretty good at it. You're like, look at this guy over here, Buff. He's over here just, I know where he's going with these questions. So at the end of the day, dude, I look at it like this, is we all troll and we all make light of the situation. I mean, shit, your podcast is fucking thriving off of this right now. You know what I mean? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, the family shit is off limits. And so whether it's a thing that's public, a post that's public, a thing that's public, it doesn't matter. There's just certain lines that you don't cross. And if you do cross them, then we have to have a conversation about it and we have to handle it like men. And, you know what I mean? I just kept seeing them keep going. And they talked about me for a whole 2 hours on this thing. And not only they talked about me, they talked about everybody else as well, like you. And I think they counted your pockets one night on one of their things.
Yeah, so. Man. That was crazy.
But now you got to think of this, is I wanted to go up there on his platform so that way all his people knew this is the little possum. You know what I mean? The little guy, you know what I mean, that you're protecting and you're doing all this. He ain't going to ride or do any of this kind of stuff. He's not built like that. You know, your mouth is going to write a fucking check that your ass can't catch. And that day is coming soon.
Do you feel like these upcoming artists are interjecting themselves a little bit aggressively?
Like they have no reason to be a part of anything that's going on? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, but wouldn't you?
I did. But I didn't do it disrespectfully.
But you did do it disrespectfully. All right. So I mean, listen, if you're part of the genre and you want to put your boxing gloves on, then fucking by means go out and squabble. Go get on the microphone and say some shit. Where it says country and rap. Rap is a very competitive genre. So if you ain't ready to compete, get the fuck out of the goddamn kitchen.
Now I'm going to ask you about the diss tracks. Remember Dismiss?
Old Dismiss.
Dismiss.
I'll take that victory to the bank, boys.
Now, good question. Would you say you won Dismiss of 2025?
You know who won? The fans.
Absolutely did.
The fans won because at that point in time, there was so much content and music being put out, and if you were not dropping anything to do with a diss, so to speak, or you wasn't saying anything like that, nobody gave a fuck what you were dropping. Nobody cared about the music that was coming out if it wasn't to do with the disses shit. And you know, the thing with the disses is a lot of other rappers, they got some light by being a part of it, like Hard Target and Simple Man. That's the fucking prime example of people that won off of Dismiss. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know the only person who lost in Dismiss?
That's great.
Right?
We don't even know the name of the song now, dude. I forgot it. Adam Steve or something. I forgot what it was.
We'll let it speculate. You know, I will say this. What the fuck is up with all the gay shit?
Man! Hey, listen. Wow, that's not country rap.
Listen. I'm listening, and you know, sometimes even though it's like an op or somebody you don't fuck with, you can still go, you gonna listen to it. You gonna get a little head nod. You gonna listen to it in the car with your buddies, with your friends and shit. And this motherfucker said some shit. You just like, what the? Like your engineer said it was okay for you just to drop that and just be like, yeah. Hey. And then not only did he have to say that gay ass shit, he had to dub that gay ass shit. He had to ad lib that gay ass shit. They had to mix and master that gay ass shit. They had to shoot a music video with that gay ass shit. In not one incident did we be like, hey, that's some gay ass shit. You shouldn't say this shit. Like, you should. Why are we doing this? Like, is this country? Calm down, Lil Nas X. Calm down. Calm down. Starting to make sense.
I don't get that either, man. Like, you have his buddies. All these dudes is friends. Okay.
No, there's it's a very little circle of friends right now. Like that side over there, and I say that side over there because this I've tried to be so damn unified, man, because I'm a promoter, and at the end of the day, my whole thing is trying to sell tickets to a party, bring good times, bring good vibes and shit like that, man. But boy, I've tried to do the unity thing. As far as fucking with this particular group of people, and that shit just don't work because I can't really fuck with anything that, you know what I mean, that side over there is fucking doing.
So tell me about Ryan. Tell me about y'all's I guess relationship, friendship. It ain't always been.
Well, I mean, according to him, ain't nobody that motherfucker's friend. We're all been acquaintances this whole goddamn time, I guess. I didn't know him when he was in the single wide trailer. I didn't know him before he was doing Hollow Boys and whatever. My neighbor the woods or whatever he said. I thought he said it because you thought he said it too.
I think we all did.
I'll say this, man. Early on in the beginning, and this is why I try to stay so unified with everything, because I don't know. Sometimes I like try to live in the past. Sometimes what once was and how awesome it was. But man, the fucking reality is not what I'm fucking with, man. Like, and I know a lot of people, they don't go online and say it because they're scared of the blowback by saying what the fuck they want to speak on their mind. And dude, Ryan lost me when he fucking unleashed and weaponized his fan base on his own fucking mother. If you want me to be 100% honest with you, what fucking country boy weaponizes their entire fan base, their crazy ass fan base, and puts it on their mom? Like, I don't care if my mom stole fucking $2 million, $3 million, took all my houses, took everything I have, dude. That's my fucking mom. So after he did that, he lost a lot of respect from not only me, but my other peers in the game. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
So I could sit over here and talk about all the good things that he's done in the beginning of it, but all that shit is fucking negated by all the bullshit that I see as we grow up and we get older. You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like, you know what I mean? The shit that's flying, I'm not fucking with it. And I know a lot of people, I don't care about the internet because I live in the real world, right? So you see all these trolls on the internet and you see all these people. Those people don't exist in real fucking life, dude. I go to the bars, I do the bar takeovers, I do all this shit, right? I party with the people, I talk to these people. And you know what? They're all tired of the bullshit. They're like, dude, this fucking dude is tripping. But they can't go online and say that because if they say on a post, this dude is tripping, there's going to be fucking 7 people that have no fucking jobs, no life, no fucking anything going on. And they have all the time just to sit there and fucking go ride for a guy that doesn't give a fuck about them.
I've experienced both sides of it.
Hey, I will say this. You know what these motherfuckers did with you, Chop? They inadvertently showed what would happen if Ryan and Adam both help somebody out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're a product of, hey, look what could be. But that shit's ain't gonna happen.
I know, but it's still though like ain't that crazy though? Once you sit back and you look at it and you think about it, like, tell me about some things that Ryan did early on in your all's career that was like some instances where he helped you.
I mean, he definitely helped as far as stamping the Redneck Rave, because, you know, when I was booking Ryan, it wasn't sell out Ryan. It wasn't like everywhere we go we're selling out and doing shit like that. It was, no, we're gonna hit these different places, and I would lose sometimes, but I'd still always pay everybody. So that was why I was able to get the respect from everybody, because they would see me lose. They'd be like, damn, man, I know Justin ain't fucking making any money on this, but I never came at him with an excuse. I never came at any artist with an excuse. I made sure they were paid in full, and I'll be like, hey, man, we'll get them next time, man. It was a good weekend, had fun. I'll see you, the next tour day. Because Ryan did play a bunch of raves. I want to say he played like 6, maybe 7, because like he did a couple in Indiana, and then I took it on the road. I had him in Arkansas. He showed up to Missouri. I did one in Tennessee. Yeah, he was supposed to come in to Michigan, and then he said he had a sore throat or some shit. But at that time, you're just like, okay, he had a sore throat, fuck it. But when I look at it now, I'm just like, should have fucking at least showed up and did something. But it is what it is.
I understand.
I will say one thing, and this is the reason why I held on to trying to, behind the scenes talk to Adam and be like, hey, Adam, this is something like I know there's a little bit of good in this dude, because he did do something where my kid, he went to Vanderbilt, he had to get surgery, and Ryan dropped off a fucking a steak dinner, you know what I mean? And I thought I thought that was something, you know what I mean? And I that's the thing that I held on to, because everybody holds on to something, a moment that they have with Ryan, to where it's like, okay, he's a good guy. I know he's a good guy, but man, you can only do so much fuck shit until that just negates all the good shit that you did. You know what I mean? And yeah,
you think it's a facade? You think he's just being an internet guy? You think he's just playing it for what it's worth?
Ryan wants to be JJ Lawhorn. That's who Ryan wants to be. You want to talk about a real country person? JJ Lawhorn is who Ryan tries to emulate. And me and JJ, we've had many conversations, and I could say a lot. But at the end of the day, that's not JJ Lawhorn's, that's not how he moves and how he operates. But all this real country shit and going out and chopping wood, but really you're just fucking hacksawing fucking little twigs and all this other shit, or buying it at the fucking Tractor Supply and buying pallets of wood and then faking it for the funk. JJ Lawhorn don't do that. So if you want to know who the real country person is that Mr. Ryan looks up to, it's JJ Lawhorn.
I need to check JJ Lawhorn now.
Oh, dude, we're going turkey hunting. I can't wait.
You're going to have fun with that, my dog.
Turkey hunting.
Just in time, go on turkey hunt. I can read the headlines in country rap right now, bro. Hopefully you bag one, dog. Hopefully you bag one.
Dude, I've never been turkey hunting, man. I've never been turkey hunting in my life. And, I met JJ at the studio in Nashville. We kicked it off, man. And
Nashville.
He's really talented as well. Like, he's not only does he sing, but his rapping shit, man. He said something. He said, trying to tailgate, go and let the dogs out. And that's like how he said it. It was just like, I know we gonna fucking kill about 10 turkeys. Ain't no way we ain't gonna get damn one turkey. Because I didn't know until you was like, Justin, fucking turkeys is the hardest damn thing to kill. And I'm like, well, I think I'm going with JJ, because, you know what I mean? Better not make me look bad, dude.
There was some elusive sons of bitches, my friend.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
I had no clue.
Has City Slick and Justin ever been hunting? What, have you hunted? Have you?
Man, I've tried to go deer hunting a couple of times, and I ended up falling asleep. Can't even lie to you. We're sitting in the little blind thing. I'm fucking hungover from the past night, fucking out there with the thing, fucking shivering. And then, yeah, it just wasn't. I might have went with the wrong person, obviously. Like, it wasn't a lot of action, a lot of fun or anything, but I'm sure it'll be a lot different when I go with JJ.
I bet it will be, man. I don't know JJ, but from what you're saying about him, man, it'll probably give you a hell of an experience, man.
Absolutely.
And turkey hunting's a hell of an experience, period, dude. Hey, they're wild. So we talked about Ryan. We talked about some things he did to help you. We've talked a little bit about him. Let's talk about Adam, man. Let's talk about Adam Calhoun.
Adam Calhoun. What do you want to know about Adam? Because I think people think this. We're only going to talk and do that. What do you want to know about old Cal, buddy? What do you want to know? You let me know.
Man, he jumped on my podcast, man, and he was that first time, bro. He was hot.
Yeah.
He come in hot. And I ain't going to make, there's no excuses for it, but what there is explanation. I looked into it. I done a little bit of studying about it.
Adam is an asshole. Like, hey, at the end of the day, Adam is an asshole. Online.
He had every right to be.
But listen, online, Adam is an asshole. In real life, it's a different story. You see what I'm saying? So online, Adam does certain things. He gets mad. You know what I mean? People, they ruffle his feathers. But in real life, it's a difference. Is he still an asshole sometimes in real life? Absolutely. But you know that being, that's what you deal with. I mean, let me ask you a question. Let me put it to you like this. If you were about to get into a fight and you had to pick for somebody to have your back and go into this fight with you, who would you pick, Ryan or Adam?
That's good.
Well, we picking. Come on.
That's good.
I'm answering all these questions. You got to answer something, dog.
That's a good one. I think, man, that's a hard question. That's cheating. I'd say at this point in time, I'd have to say Adam. Because of his energy he had when he got on. Well, I've seen video guy pulling up. Standing on 10. I can't say. That's not saying Ryan don't stand on 10.
Yeah.
I just have seen the proof. And I feel like when Adam came back on the podcast, his apology was as loud as his disrespect was. I really do. And I feel that way. I respect the man a lot more for what he did and said. And that doesn't take anything away from Ryan Upchurch. My respect for Ryan is still there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, you are the media now, buddy. You have to find a way to balance it because it's a point to where like all the artists and stuff that have been dealing with everything, there ain't no more fence with us. We're hopped over. We can't do that. So at the end of the day, it's like we need a media source. And I said this way back in the day when we were talking to, it pains me to say this, but the boy Kurt, you know what I mean? When we did our thing, I said this, if you go back and look at it, I said, man, we need podcasts, we need more reviews channels, we need more lives, we need more people talking about our genre. And if anything has happened in the past 6 months, it's done that. Like there's so many podcasts, there's so many lives that are going on, there's so many new reactors. And so in a way, this did ruffle enough feathers for somebody like you and all these other channels to make a living doing this. And not only are you making a living, but you're also shining light on a genre that's not that big. So
that I think needs it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the genre needs it. I think the genre needed this.
Yeah.
They needed a sit-down conversation with you, man, to know how do you feel about all the shit that's transpired, man. Like, so that's why I appreciate you allowing me to come here and talk to you. Back to Adam. Tell me some things that Adam has done to help the rave, but tell me some things that you think Adam could do better, too.
That's a good question, man. Early on, when the raves, like I said, it wasn't a thing to where there was a bunch of people that showed up. So, dude, there would be times when me and Adam would go out there and we would fucking walk the trenches and be like, hey, man, we're starting a concert. And we would have to go out there and gather up everybody just to bring them to the stage and still only have maybe 100, 150 people. But that was then, and now it's to a point to where, okay, well, we've got a lot bigger now, so it's not we got to be in the trenches, but instead of going in the trenches and doing that, now he comes and he rides, does the side-by-sides, you know what I mean, goes out there and parties with the people. Like, he don't need the security shit, so it's like, it's easier for him to come to a rave and just kind of be himself and shit like that.
I noticed that about the Redneck Rave team. The entire Redneck Rave, the whole time we're there, there's no security, man. There's none.
Well, we have security. Okay, we like we have, but it's not security that you see. Does that make sense?
I got
so you. It's not we have guys that are running around in uniforms and doing all this other shit. No, it's we make sure everybody's safe and we can do it without the thing about hiring security teams is sometimes they try to big dick you. You know what I mean? As far as like the fans and shit, like they'll try to be like, oh, I got a badge. And I've done that in raves early on. And it made it to where it made me look bad because the security was a dick to the people. And I'm like, yo, I can't have that. And then I got to make a post about the security team. And now all these guys in the security team are looking at me crazy because I'm trying to fucking, you know what I mean, explain to my people that you were being an asshole and it has nothing to do with me.
When I first started hanging out with you guys, man, there was never no drama.
Yeah, no.
And if there was, it's usually the drunk ladies, for real. Like,
Yeah. And I will say that. It's funny that you said the drunk shit because you said name some things that Adam can do better. I always say, man, he was so fun when he drank. Like, best times ever. You know what I mean? And now it's like, man, I hope this motherfucker took his Xanax today. Dude. We don't know what we gonna get. You know what I mean? We don't fucking know.
So, tell me some stuff about early on. How did you come up with the term Redneck Rave? What made you? What pushed?
Oh, we're doing rave questions.
What pushed you to the Redneck Rave? Like, why didn't you call it the Redneck Party or the Redneck fucking?
It's so simple.
together?
It's so simple, dude. I was hosting EDM events.
My guy was raving with glow sticks, looking like Terry Crews.
You know what I mean? Take a little bean. You know what I mean? I'm fucking raving, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my buddy was like, "You should do some mud bogging." I was like, "Rednecks, rave, trademark." That was it. That was pretty much the gist of it all. I was literally hosting EDM festivals. Shout out to Jake Slater, and yeah, man. And
EDM turned into the Redneck Rave. Now that's
this whole
wild.
thing. Now listen, this whole thing. When you think about it, it's fucking insane. That's
crazy.
Because I'm like, I was not a country guy. You know what I mean? Like I didn't do anything in the country at all. And since I started the Redneck Rave, let me tell you how much country shit I do now. Because it's so fun. I missed all this shit growing up. I could have been fucking my shit up on four-wheelers and, well, side-by-sides wasn't the thing, but I could have got one of them damn Jeep Cherokees and fucking let her eat tater chip or whatever.
Everybody's had a Jeep Cherokee.
I did have a Jeep Cherokee. I got a purple one.
I've seen some wild mud bogging stuff, dude.
Yeah.
I'm personally not a fan of mud stuff myself. I like the Redneck
Oh my
Rave.
God, cut this interview right now. This motherfucker just said, I am not a fan of the stuff that everybody does that watches my show.
I've never been a mud guy. Never. Like, I tried to do it growing up. Every fucking thing I bought tore up, got broke. And I couldn't fix it because I had two left hands. I just couldn't do it, dog. I just couldn't do it. So I just thought, you know what? This ain't it for me.
Yeah.
And then
Now you hear that, guys. It's over for him. It's over.
So it's cool though to be in this genre. Go to a Redneck Rave. I went to my first rave last year, and it was absolutely a hell of an experience, man. I got to get on stage with my son in front of all them people, man. That was the most memorable experience of my life as far as being a musician and having it with my son and sharing that moment. You know what I mean?
Did you buy on?
I did. And I'll tell you like
I can't believe that damn $2,500 fucking goddamn buy-on gave me the best goddamn fucking time I've ever had with my son looking ass.
Well, a lot of people, man, they didn't. It was when I first asked you about it. It was $2,000 for Saturday, $1,000 for Friday, and I remember saying, "How about $25 for both?" And the next text was
sold.
When you ready for the deposit? 24 hours later, boom, cashed out. I felt so like that was one of the proudest moments for me when I paid the deposit for the rave. Like I couldn't wait to make the other end of the money to pay it. So I knew I was locked in. So
that's a big thing that so many people want to talk about on the internet is the buy-ons and shit like that for the Redneck Rave. So you being somebody who has bought onto the Redneck Rave, and you said many good things about it, can you talk about what it is as far as, because I'm sure you've done hip-hop shows and shit like that, and I could say all this until I am fucking blue in the face, And everybody be like, oh no, Justin, you should pay everybody, even though they don't sell no fucking tickets. You should pay them. They couldn't fucking sell 4 tickets to their fucking funeral, but you should give them $1,000 because they're up and coming and they're gonna do absolutely nothing to benefit and fucking do anything to help the goddamn rave grow. But they're gonna take and take and take and take. But we should pay them to take somehow, some way. That's the logic. So, what do you think your logic is?
For me, I've been in an experience of being a promoter. I've threw shows and realized, damn, dude, this ain't it. Like, you got to charge, you know what I'm saying? You have to, because what happens is you rely on them artists to sell tickets that they can't sell. I got all this support, but then you don't. So I learned buying on the things. You, as an artist, have to maximize that opportunity. It's not your job, the promoter, to make me go out in the crowd and shake hands and pass out stickers with my QR code on it. It's not your job to go to Sunbelt and rent a damn golf cart to drive up and down the strip with a fucking bullhorn and let people know you're Choppeezy and you're here to have a good fucking time at the Redneck Rave. I did that.
You maximize your opportunity.
I did, and I absolutely am proud of myself for that. And I would tomorrow buy another slot. You know what I'm saying?
I hope you do.
I don't say. I knew it was coming.
Can't wait.
But I don't have the attitude about it like everybody else because I did something about it. I showed up. I built fans. I built relationships. I gave a fucking killer performance. I mean, you know what I mean? I did what I was supposed to do. You know what I mean? I opened, I want to say, I didn't open the first night. I opened Saturday night. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are like, man, why would you spend that kind of money to go open? Why the fuck wouldn't I, bro? Yeah. Jesse Howard was there. Like, Marcotic was there.
Shout out to Jesse Howard. That is one of my best friends that I wouldn't say just musically. Like, he is somebody that I genuinely, I love that guy. I love Bev. Little Eli, I love their whole family that they got going on.
Now tell that story about Jesse. Jesse started with the Redneck Rave, didn't he?
I mean, the thing, you know what I mean? I like letting Jesse tell it, because every time you get Jesse around, you be around that campfire, be like, he'll always explain it to like he explained it to Colt, and he explains it when he goes online. See, Jesse's somebody where he tells people the truth rather than trying to, you know, because Jesse's fucking 10 times bigger musically right now than 99% of the fucking genre. That's the beauty of Outlaw Nation. They stayed the fuck out of it. Both. They was like, hey, we like Adam, we like fucking Ryan, we like Tom, we like fucking this guy, we like them all. And that's how they've been able to do it. But Jesse, dude, I seen Jesse he came on a Facebook Live one time, and this was like 7-8 years ago. I was doing this thing called Facebook's Got Talent, and fucking, he just sang really good, man. And I was like, I'd love to have you at the rave. And he came to the rave. He was the first opener. He sat on a stool, played his fucking guitar, and he didn't complain at all. And he did that for fucking so many shows, dude. And now he headlines. So it's like he said a lyric in a song that he did. He was like, used to open up and now I headline. And I was like, well, that was fucking definitely a Redneck Rave diss.
He said that.
Thanks, Dick. No, but it was on the song that I was on, so it was cool.
Right.
But I knew what he was saying and where he was going with it, so it was all good.
So it's flowers for real.
Yeah, Jesse always gives flowers to the Redneck Rave, dude. I have nothing bad to ever say about Jesse Howard because he's like the epitome of what country rap is. You know what I mean? Like, Jesse is a singer at heart, and he does, and he kind of defends. He's like, what you mean I'm not country rap? The fuck you mean? You remember your boy? He got on your boy.
He did.
He got on your boy.
He did.
Hey.
He did. He was mad.
Hey, Jesse said, what the fuck you mean I ain't country rap? Like, you know what I mean? And he explained himself because Jesse is very passionate about this shit because he's been in the trenches and he knows what it really takes. You know what I mean? Like, Jesse ain't gonna say a lot online, but behind the scenes he's calling me and he's fucking like, Justin, man, fucking goddamn dickhead over here talking this shit right over here. I tell him what now. And you know what I mean? Like, it's just like a Jesse kind of thing. So
yeah, I like Jesse, man. I've had some conversations with Jesse off the cameras and stuff, and man, he's a totally good, solid,
yeah. He just wants to talk about racing. He don't want to talk about.
He does, man. He loves race cars.
Race car.
Man, I've had a lot of people ask me, Justin, why only one rave this year, bro?
Oh,
Why not 12?
Well, Chop, you want to pay for 12 raves?
I do not. Nope. I do not.
It's gotten to the point where less is more. So rather than throw a bunch of raves and go to a different, you know what I mean, go to this park, try to build a relationship, try to build a relationship here, why don't we just concentrate on one and make that one the biggest one of the year? So I kind of like a redneck Woodstock, so to speak.
I like that. Them
Can't say
Woodstock
it.
parties
Can't
are
say it.
crazy.
Very trademarked, and I've already looked into that. I wish I could.
He said, "I've already looked."
I already looked into it. I'm probably gonna have Brian bleep that out while you bullshit.
That's great. Tell us, you know, I don't think people understand the impact the Redneck Rave has on the community, too. Like, I don't think people understand that you take your, I won't say profits because that's not what that's not what it's about. For, you know what I'm saying? I get it, but what I mean is your influence. And you go and you give back to the kids. You give back to the communities. I just recently found that you raised what, $20,000, man?
Yeah, we did that.
What year was that?
Man, that was way back in the day. We did the 20,000 for the Houston Food Bank.
Yeah, that's
we
crazy.
did. We did that on a Facebook Live one time. I was trying to raise $200 and ended up raising 20 bands.
Nobody talks about that.
Nah,
I had to find that.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's a simple Google search.
It's wild though, because people don't be saying.
Well, you always got to give back, and sometimes, you know, a lot of us do. You know, a lot of us do give backs, and we don't always make everything public because it don't always have to be a public spectacle. You know what I mean?
I totally agree with that.
Like, but now sometimes if you're doing something where you're trying to get some donations and people behind you, then that's when you kind of make it a little public. That way you can get more backing and help with whatever you're trying to do and the goal that you're trying to accomplish.
Me and my team, we buy Christmas for somebody every year.
Yeah,
I think
awesome.
it's important and we give back to our community. We sponsor baseball teams, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's good to see. Like, I seen the back to school stuff, man. That was one of the things I was like, man, Justin's really a good dude. He ain't out here just playing around. Like, you are funny as hell on the internet. You're a troll. And you're good
Well,
at
see,
it.
and that's what I'm not trying to do during this. Because this is a time where I know we have a lot of eyes on this video right now.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't want to leave this room until we discuss everything, because there's a lot that needs to be said. So I know I'm a troll. I know that I'm here to make people laugh, and I'm the party planner. And the people ask me what I do. I say I sell smiles. Like, I'm that guy, right? But this time right now, it's not about that. You know what I mean? It's about the state of country rap right now. And
I feel like country rap's in a pretty eggshelly state, man. Like,
egg. Look, I said all that, and then I fucking laugh because you say egg shelly.
because it was funny. It's crazy though, ain't it? Like, I feel like a lot of guys are out here saying, man, they don't know what to do, man. They're tore up. They're stressed out.
Stop being fucking scared.
That's it.
Stop being fucking scared. Listen, you know, there was a time where if you went against the top of the food chain, your career was fucking done. There was a time that if Ryan said something about you on the fucking internet, your career's over. It's done. You're going to tuck tail and you're going to run. But guess what?
Oh, a lot of people ain't
We
doing
ain't
that.
doing that no more, Bubba.
Yeah.
No more. But yeah.
I see a lot of people standing up for themselves, dude.
Well, they have to, dude. You can't, dude, these are grown-ass men, people with families, people with shit like that. Dude, you can't sit over here and stop people the way they're eating, and you know what I mean? And it's not only that, it's a mental game too. Like, you know this as well as I do now, that you know a little bit more shit that goes on behind the scenes.
Dude. Oh, yeah.
How mentally exhausting and all the bullshit that you got to deal with. And like the trolling thing, trolling is a new word of people saying whatever the fuck they want to say, and then when you check them, oh no, man, I was just trolling. All right, man, well, this fucking hand that I'm about to smack you with is named Troll.
I hear it all the time, man. I see it. Like, there's people out here, they create narratives, they create, they lies.
All right. So
Fucking
I
lies.
know you're trying to be Switzerland in this. I know. So what narratives and lies have you seen yourself?
Oh, well, let's talk about, Chris Hosier said he knocked you the fuck out. like,
Does that even sound believable?
not at all. Not the guy I know.
So imagine running with the story and then posting a video of you knocking out some 50-year-old man and then being like, yeah, I told you. Fucking Billy Badass went and played bingo. He beat me, so I beat him up. You know what I mean? Like, who the fuck? Like, it doesn't even make sense. The loudest one in the room is probably the weakest. So
I heard that you and your team supposedly killed somebody's sound at what was Taylorville? Was it Black Mountain? Maybe was.
Oh, you're going here?
Yeah,
We're going with sound sabotage? Holy shit, we're going with sound sabotage. Let me ask you a question. With the way that motherfucker runs his security, do you think that's possible?
I don't.
You don't think that shit gets locked down like Fort Knox and there's no way to get in and out of anywhere around that motherfucking stage? If there's fucking a million people that's protecting that motherfucker because he always talking. Here's the thing. You know why you need security? When you talk shit and run your mouth on the internet. And if you do that to a lot of people gonna get mad. So you got to run with a lot of security.
I see.
You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, I was the host for the two incidences you just said, for Taylorville and for Black Mountain, North Carolina. Everybody else was good. Every single artist that stepped on the stage was fabulous. Everybody had great sound. Like the guy who runs the sound in Black Mountain, if I'm not mistaken, is like fucking Garth Brooks's fucking tour sound guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a name like that. I don't want fucking somebody to fact check it. And they're like, no, it's fucking goddamn Chris Stapleton. Like, don't fact check me. But it was somebody high. And I'm like, dude, this dude had our sound. And we scream over backtracks. So if you got me sounding like motherfucking, you know what I mean? I sound really goddamn good. And I'm screaming over a backtrack the whole time. You telling me the fucking Wonder Boy over here is going to have some fucked up sound? Probably not. So I think that was just he could have chalked it to an off day, but I feel like it was just, he didn't really want to be there. And he did a lot of shit. Both things, like, you know what I mean? That's one of those things where I'm still friends with one of the promoters of one, so I don't say anything too much on that one because he is a great guy. You know what I mean? And he does a fabulous show. So I feel like anything that he does is going to be A1, and it always has. I just feel like maybe that was 2 off nights. But instead of saying it was 2 off nights, it's got to be somebody else's fucking fault. Get them. Get them, squad.
What started this whole mess was someone misinterpreted a song that you dropped with A-Cal and Lil White. We don't want no smoke. If I remember, a lot of your problems at that point started because a narrative was spun from that.
Kurt.
That you were.
See, that's why a lot of people try to like this guy. You know what I mean? I try to give him benefit of the doubt, but that dude's a fucking weasel too. You know what I mean? Like he's a family man, and he needs to stick to being a family man and doing all that kind of shit. Because at the end of the day, dude, this shit is gonna get him in a situation to where, you know what I mean, he's gonna have to say I'm sorry to somebody, or he's gonna have to fucking stand on all the bullshit that he fucking says. That's if you ask me what I think is gonna happen, I think a lot of people are gonna fucking start realizing that all the shit that everybody's saying, you're gonna have to fucking
stand on it.
You're gonna have to stand on it. It don't matter if you're a reactor. It doesn't matter if you're a fucking podcaster. It doesn't matter. It's like you gotta fucking stand on it. But if you do it respectfully, it's cool. This is what people don't realize. Like, you think Adam's gonna get mad at somebody that just because they don't like a song or something like that? He's not gonna get mad at that. You think I'm gonna say something because somebody said anything bad about the song? It's the personal shit. Because you got to think of it. It's like sports, right? And you guys are sports analysts, right? Mm-hmm. So if somebody has a bad game in basketball, they're gonna talk about it the next day on SportsCenter. They're gonna be like, this fucking guy had a horrible game. They said all this. Are they gonna be like, yeah, this fucking guy, fuck his family, fuck his kids, fuck this, fuck that, he's a drug addict, he's this. Are they gonna say that shit? No, they're not. They're gonna talk about the fucking basketball game that he was bad at. They're not gonna bring up all the personal shit. And that's where shit gets misconstrued with these fucking podcasts and these fucking people on the internet that has an opinion. You can have your opinion, dude. You can have it. Just do it fucking respectfully.
I agree.
Like that's it. Like, you can say whatever the fuck you want to say, dude. Respectfully. You don't have to bring all this shit into it. You know what I mean? Because that's when people get fucked up.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. That's huge. Like, when I give an opinion on somebody and I don't like it, I say it with respect.
I mean, I'm sure you don't like everybody in this motherfucker.
Absolutely not.
That's the thing. Why do we gotta like everybody? I don't think that's the thing. I don't have to like you to respect you.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that'll say that right now. They'll say, man, fucking, I don't really like Justin Time, but I respect his grind. I respect his hustle. He's fucking great at marketing and telling everybody, tell their dad, tell their mom, get their tickets at redneckrave.com. He's great at that. But maybe they just don't like my you know what I mean? My energy or my character. Or, you know what I mean? They may say I'm a little too flashy or something. It's like, well, I love your side-by-side that you spent fucking $70,000 on.
right.
Flexing a little different. That's all it is.
People pocket watch too much, man.
Boy, you get pocket watch more than anybody.
Well, bro, you ain't telling me.
Boy, goddamn. Oh, hey, that one channel, boy, they counted up for you. Oh, boy.
Did the whole breakdown, dog.
Hey.
Well, I was like, damn, if the RS was watching, I'm getting that
Hey, that motherfucker said, I hear 5, 5, 5, 5. I hear 10, 10, 10, 15, 15, 15, 17, 5, 17, 5, 75. Sold 20 bands.
I will say, man, podcasting, I did not dream the podcasting would be this. And in the last 6 months, I would say, man, we have seen, country rap has seen such an influx in media. Like, it's not, I will say.
I'm saying, dude, I'm telling you, go.
It's not the best.
If you go, no, it's great.
But
because you guys got to start from somewhere, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
man.
you got to plant the fucking seed in the ground before the tree fucking blossoms until it get Johnny Appleseed.
You gotta grow your own podcaster, bro.
Yeah, and hey, and it needs it. Like I said, if you go back and you watch a thing with fucking fucking that guy, then you would see it's literally podcasting and reviews and online people and all this shit is just as an important part of country rap as the musicians that are making the music.
Now,
because if they don't have people reviewing it and people talking about it, then it's being done for nothing.
Now, what are you doing for the reactors? What are you doing for the podcasters?
I don't know, Chop. You tell me that one.
I think you've been great for the podcasters, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I think you've been a huge influx in bringing artists, supporting. I mean, I wish I had a total number of how many super chats you sent me.
Oh, no.
but I'm sure you got
I'm going to make sure when I send it to you, I'm going to say music promo.
Instead of copyright support. Yeah. That's awesome. But you've helped a lot. I see you on every panel that will let you on it. You know what I'm saying? we know there's a couple hating.
Nah, they'll let me on them. I don't know what the fuck they do. The conversation's going to go.
I do see you support a lot of the media. Regardless of how, I mean, I've even seen you support the reactors that didn't support you, bro.
I'm not mad they have a difference of opinion. I'm not mad at that at all, man. That's cool. You can do that. I'll support that. As long as you do it respectfully.
Yeah, I've seen you in their chat. I've even seen you, like, when they, I forget who it
Dude,
was.
I have played I have played Fortnite or video games with people that have talk shit on the internet, right? I'm serious. I'll go, we'll play Fortnite, we'll play something, man. We'll have good conversations, all this other shit, man. And then I'll drop a song and they'll fucking get on the thing. They'd be like, yeah, man, Justin, nope, trash. After they glazed me for fucking 4.5 hours because I'm playing with their fucking nephew and we're at a party on the damn Fortnite. I fucking love Justin. But, you know what I mean? They're so scared that, like, here's another thing. That side is so scared. Even the people that want to be like, all right, I just want to support everybody. Don't you fucking do it. Don't you fucking do it. Be off with your fucking head.
I saw you get kicked one night. I was playing Call of Duty.
I mean, they say the wildest shit sometimes.
Would you say video game streaming and country rap media can make could collab and maybe create a new fan?
I think as long as the two words country and rap combined together are being talked about, I think anything's going to be good for the genre.
I agree.
At the end of the day. As long as it's not drama-filled.
I think some of it's died down a little bit. But it's still kind of like, I don't know.
I don't think it's died down at all.
You don't think so?
Hell fucking no. We're in prime time, baby. This is the fucking, what are you talking about? You don't fucking hear the goddamn air horns going off right now? You know what I mean? Hey, listen, I don't have to say, fuck, what is it? Fuck this fan base or fuck that fan base. I just say, fuck one person. Sorry, two. Yeah. He's got a little testicle Tarzan on him now. You know what I mean? It's like, you know them whales? So Ryan's his whale, right? And like one of them was about to get beached. Like, so he's floating. Then here comes Hosire, the little sucker fish that you see that's fucking just sucking on them as they're flowing
Riding
through
the back of the
flowing
well.
through the fucking thing, bub. Just fucking.
He's cleaning the whale's back.
Yeah, or his cars.
Oh my God.
Whichever ones you want, dude.
It's good.
Whichever one you want. Yeah, that's suckerfish Chris. Yeah.
Now, that's crazy, dog.
Yeah. Is it wrong?
Oh man. No, I mean,
It's okay. Political answer, John.
I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
I've listened. I went and scanned his catalog, right, a little bit.
Sounds like a fucking microwave on diarrhea.
And there's some bars in there. There's some questionable material.
Yeah.
There's some questionable material.
Like.
Popping trucks like Pop-Tarts. I mean, let's make a song.
Hey, were you
about
mad
what-
because he was your brother and he fucked you and didn't use a
rubber? That shit was weird.
Hell yeah! Shout out to Ryan.
Big
He
weird.
got us back.
But then I hear they get on. He got on the panel with Ryan that night on the podcast, and I hear some new music they have done together. And man, sound like somebody wrote Hosier's stuff to me. Like it was different. You know what I'm saying? It was different.
It wouldn't surprise me.
But how do you feel about other people writing lyrics or songs for other people? Does that bother you? Does that?
Dude, some of the biggest people that's ever fucking... Elvis Presley had people write music for him. Johnny Cash had people write music for him. On the same token, Merle Haggard wrote a lot of music for a lot of artists. So it's a part of music. When I say it's a part of hip hop, it's not like open, welcome with open arms or anything like that. But dude, songwriting is a thing. There's a lot of people that can write great music, and they just don't have a voice to sing how they want to get it across. So it's like, okay, if I write this super country song and I can't sing it, well, let me give it to the fucking guy who can sing it. And oh my God, look, everybody wins. There's a great song that's made. This writer guy got to get a little cheddar for his family, and the fans got good music. Everybody wins in that. I don't see it as a bad thing. I've really never had somebody just like write me a whole song or anything like that. But when we're in the studio and we're sitting there and we're brainstorming and you're sitting there having some drinks with your bros and you know what I mean? Like you do stuff like that and you may be stuck on a bar or something and then your buddy will be like, well, you should say fucking blase blase. You know what I mean? I feel like that's not necessarily writing for somebody. I feel like it's like a writer's session. I don't know. Or like you're brainstorming with your friends.
I got you.
You know what I mean? But I don't see anything wrong with it, to be honest with you, because I see the bigger picture of things. Like a lot of people don't look at it as like, oh my God, I can't believe fucking Morgan Wallen didn't write all those fucking hit records that he has. But you know what he did do? Fucking sang them.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Shout out Morgan Wallen, man.
Shout out fucking Morgan, dude.
Hey.
There's no hate for Morgan around these parts.
Yeah, I like Morgan. Now let's get into after the narrative got spun of we don't want no smoke. If you three, or I don't know if it was you, White, and Calhoun that was accused of dissing Ryan.
Hey, ain't nobody gonna say nothing about White.
Yeah, that's one thing I ain't heard.
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna say nothing about. Ain't nobody gonna say
nothing.
nothing about White. Shout out to Pat. Shout out to Nicole. You know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody gonna say nothing bad about White because at the end of the day, White is like a fucking OG staple. So I just want to go on record and say that since you just said his name. Like, White, we went #1 when we dropped our album. He made things happen for me that I thought was cool as shit. Like, dude, I got a song with fucking Juicy J, and we got DJ Paul on the album. We got, you know what I mean?
Yeah, LaChat too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, we have some people that we all grew up listening to.
Country
Rap. And that's exactly how me and Lil White did that. Is I was like, look, dude, I'll take care of all the country rap part. You know what I mean? That we'll get these people and these people as far as the country rap side, and then you just focus on the rap part and get people that wouldn't necessarily do country rap. And that's kind of how that whole thing, came about. And like I said, it did good. Went #1, and dude, White has done things for me like I've done things for him. Like, it's a scratch my back, I scratch his things. When it comes to shows, when it comes to opportunities, like, dude, fucking, I got to be Tommy Chong's fucking Secret Service, sit down like we're talking right here with fucking Tommy Chong, dude.
That's crazy.
Like, just sitting here, just listening to the fucking marijuana messiah, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is fucking the weed Jesus, and I'm just sitting over here talking to him, chilling. fucking pretending I'm fucking Secret Service time over here.
You's ready though. You's ready at any moment.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But it wasn't like that. Like so that's a cool thing is those kind of shows though, like the weed shows and shit. Like the weed culture is about to be huge, and I see it coming. And if you're not with it, then you better fucking get with it. But like that's something that I'm trying to bridge that gap because a lot of people that listen to our music, they smoke weed. So getting the weed people involved with the country shit and doing the what I mean, that kind of shit, that's a thing and it's happening. I'm gonna make sure of it. I'm gonna make sure that the weed community intertwines with what we got going on here in country rap. And you can whatever this is dated, you can remember me saying that.
No, I think it's something important. I think that's how we emphasize the fan base and we expand it too. Yeah,
you smoked today. I didn't.
There's a lot. Yeah, shit. There's a lot of investment too from the cannabis industry because they want to blow up too.
Yeah,
they want to market. What better way to market than market the craziest, wildest fucking mud music band, right?
Yeah. I did a weed rave.
Yeah, man, I heard about that.
But I do feel like that kind of by making it an all weed rave, it kind of.
You lost some.
Yeah, I would say like normal people because they just thought they were gonna show up and they're just gonna be like, "Hey man," you know what I mean? Like the kind of the stereotypical how people kind of see it thing. But it was just a regular redneck rave. Just we got to have a cool flyer with a fucking eagle with weed leaf wings. So
there was a lot of people who talked about that one.
Yeah, that was good. They had a monkey there, dude.
I heard about
fucking monkey, dude. I don't know how many people's been throwing events, but if you had a monkey, fuck you.
Yeah. But back to what I was saying about the narrative that got spun from that, which spun into a bunch of more stuff. Talk about that video, man. Talk about the video Ryan dropped, where it was this top secret video, bro. That kind of birthed FedTed, didn't it? When the day FedTed came out of retirement.
This is where we go. What do you think of that video, Chop?
Man, I've heard from multiple sources the video wasn't real. It was staged video. I watched the video with what I could.
How was that a staged video?
See, this is why I'm saying I don't believe it. I believe the video.
That was the most snitch ass shit you could possibly do.
It was wild.
You know what I mean? That was done to hurt Jelly Roll in a way that we couldn't even think about. Because the blowback from that video, if anyone actually gave a fuck, you know what I mean? It was like, okay, what are you trying to make Jelly Roll look bad? We all know his fucking past. And we know that you're extremely jealous of this man for being the fucking one of the biggest artists in the planet. So you sit over here and do some Fed Ted cop snitch shit and try to get him in an environment that he controlled so then that he can spin a narrative to make it look like this guy is a bad guy for some reason. The only thing I seen from that video was Jelly trying to bring all of his friends together and make a pact that, hey, listen, even though they're going to try to pit us against each other, let's have a meeting right now where it's, hey, Adam, hey, Struggle, hey, fucking Ryan, and hey, Jelly. Hey, we're the four guys, right? So let's try to make this pact so then that way no matter what the mainstream or the industry tries to do to pull us apart, let's make that pact right now. That's the only thing that I got from that fucking video.
I never
and that was another fucking weasel move done by Ryan that somehow he has fucking pulled the wool over his fans' eyes and somehow make Jelly Roll seem like he sold out to mainstream and all this other shit. They have no idea Jelly has one of the best fucking deals imaginable. Like he owns all of his fucking masters. And like I get real pissed off when people talk shit about Jelly Roll because that motherfucker has been the same fucking person from when I booked him at a Redneck Rave way back in the day for a couple $1,000s to now fucking, he's a couple fucking tickets to bring him in your arena. And people want to be like, oh, Jelly Roll sold out. You know what? He fucking sure did. He sold out every goddamn arena that he fucking plays in. And you're mad about that. So you want to try to ruin this guy's fucking, what is it, Hulu deals, his Uber Eats deals. He's fucking the soundtrack for Sonic. And you want to fucking be mad at that. So you want to try to put this video out to make it seem like he's a bad guy. We ain't buying that shit. Ain't no real country person buying that shit. Ain't no city slicker buying that shit. Ain't nobody buying that shit besides the fucking people that drank the fucking grape Kool-Aid.
Well, I thought when I started over there on that first channel about the podcast, and I asked the fan base. I said, how do you guys justify a man dropping a video of some personal shit that was going on?
And then try to say it's fucking, no, I record everything that I do. I'm doing an autobiography. Motherfucker, this camera was over here.
Yeah, it was.
Like, that is fucking,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And, I mean, that's Fed Ted shit. Shout out to Fed Ted, going #1.
Globally.
I didn't even want to troll that situation because it could have turned out to be something a lot worse for people that I genuinely care about and respect. You know what I mean? Like, that video could have done some damage if anybody gave a fuck, but nobody gave a fuck because what did he do wrong? Try to bring his friends together? What's wrong with that? You see anything wrong with that? You imagine sitting down with somebody and trying to be like, hey, let's all work together and be peace. And then you use that as some play to try to blackmail people because you mad at Adam Calhoun. So anybody that fucking friends with Adam Calhoun, you want to attack them. You want to attack Tom McDonald because he's fucking did an album with Adam. You want to attack Jelly because he's friends with Adam. Can we not see that? Like, anybody that's associated with Adam, we have to catch a lot of hell because this fucking dude has some sort of deep-seated weird-ass obsession with this other grown man that literally has given him his flowers every fucking opportunity he gets, like all of us have done. There comes a time, dude, where it's like, dude, you gotta fucking look at the common denominator, dude. You gotta look at the person that's fucking actually causing all of the bullshit.
Why did he film that shit? Why didn't anyone say, why the fuck is this guy fucking filming this shit and putting it out for the world to see to try to discredit the biggest artist in the motherfucking game right now?
Yeah.
There ain't nobody bigger.
None.
Period.
None.
Period. So I want to know why. And then why was there so many goddamn excuses made for this dude? And why was there so like, you asked his fan base about it, right? And they want to say, well, wouldn't, if you had that kind of money, wouldn't you film people? Absolutely fucking not. Nope.
I mean, not when the biggest artist is trying to have a conversation.
Not in my
with you.
blood. It just ain't in me, dog. I mean, look at the fucking, just this narrative spinning, man. The shit people are saying, oh, well, he did this, he did that. And never one time did a motherfucker go back on the internet and say, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. My fan base, you shouldn't be doing that.
Hey, let me tell you something about that, about saying, I'm sorry and I made a mistake. It's okay to say that. A lot of what's going on right now, one person just needs to say, my bad. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And when I say one person, I'm going to put a name on it. If Ryan just said, my bad, and he's like, you know what? I fucked up, guys. My bad. You know what I mean? I shouldn't have tried to fucking ruin all of these artists, ruin all these people that don't like what the fuck that I have to say, and they're instantly an enemy. I wrote one note. This is a great time to bring up this fucking note right here. This is a good time to bring up this note right here. Because when I say the common denominator, right? So there's all these artists, right? And this one guy doesn't like any of them. So instead of just saying okay and leaving them fucking be, he tries to weaponize the fan base and make it to where it's like, okay, I'm gonna make sure none of the people that listen to me listen to you, which is kind of fucked up in a way, right? So you're telling me I'm gonna read you all these names, and I want you to tell me what all these names have in common. You ready for this? Mm-hmm. Okay. Might want to cross your legs. It's gonna take a while. So we got Luke Combs, Kane Brown, Morgan Wallen, Chase Matthews, Broadnax, Jam Wing, Adam Calhoun, T2, Demon Jones, Shotgun Shane, Katie Noel, Struggle Jennings, Jelly Roll, Tom McDonald, Ripta, Heavy Duty Country, Redneck Nation, Justin Adams, his fucking band, the fucking Kid on the drums, and Cliffy D, the fucking Kylie Rodney family, fucking Savannah Dexter, Mises, Big Smo, Bravo Gator, Flawed TV, Colt Montgomery, 501 Bryce, Shocko Hustle Man, Triple T, Simple Man, Marcotic, Hard Target, Anthony Beast Mode, Who the Fuck is Justin Time, your fucking mom and your fucking dad. What do all those fucking people have in common? They're all the bad guy. All those fucking people right here, here's the list. All these fucking people are the bad guy? No. One common denominator, dog. All these people are wrong. All these
right,
people.
Right?
All these fucking people, I probably missed a couple because fucking horrible handwriting. But all these people are wrong? No. I'm not fucking buying it. Neither are other people.
I heard a name on there.
What?
Katie Noel.
Katie Noel. So when I posted
world
that
went
motherfucking picture in Nashville,
the world went crazy, my man. The world went crazy. Not even just country rap, gang. It was all across the board.
Yeah.
All across the board.
Crazy thing happened. So we're doing that unity thing. And man, I see a truck pull up. I'm on the studio. I'm smoking a cigarette. I see a truck pull up. Man, I've seen this truck before. I'm looking out of it. I'm like, no fucking way. That's Katie Noel. I was like, oh, hey, my little fucking petty meter went off. I'm like, didn't see this coming. Like, I didn't see that one coming, dog. I'm instantly like, yo, Rocco, let me get a flick. I go up to Rocco. I'm like, yo, Rocco, I'll slide you $20. You get me that picture in 2 seconds. Because usually I don't get the pictures until the end of the next day, you know, or the next day and the next morning. Gives me the picture, I post that shit.
It went crazy.
It went fucking like, dude, I had like, what? Like it was.
It went double platinum, dude.
Dude, that shit went fucking diamond. That shit, that shit went crazy. But now I say that to say this. Because I think, man, that whole situation was fucked up. I feel like none of that shit should have even went public. Nobody would have known about anything that allegedly would have fucking happened if motherfuckers didn't run to the internet. You know what I mean? Like, Ryan made a video first about the bullshit. Like, let's be honest. Like, that's what fucking happened. And now, so you're saying that this 19-year-old, you know what I mean, girl, she's not a woman yet. She's still a girl. At 19 years old, you're still a fucking girl. And she's got all these fucking people pulling her in all these different directions after the situation happened. And she's even said, oh my God, you know, I may have handled this poorly, right? You know what I mean? So imagine if you're a dad and your daughter makes a mistake at a young age. Because so many people are trying to pull her this way and that way, right? So, and you know the thing that none of us did? We never reached out to Katie and had a conversation with her to hear her side of the story. Not the side of the story where motherfuckers had cameras around and all this other shit. No, we didn't reach out to Katie. We kind of failed that. You know what I mean? And a lot of guys will say this. We kind of failed that with Katie because we only got one side of the fucking story because that was our guy. You know what I mean? Like this can't possibly be something other than whatever it is that this fucking dude's saying. I mean, but now the track record shows maybe there was another side of the fucking story that we never got to hear.
I commend you for saying that on this right now. I commend you for saying how you guys should have reached out, should have asked her, and how you.
We damn sure should have, dude. And not only that, that girl had to fucking suffer because of all that shit. And I'm not saying that, you know, going on the thing and doing the interviews and doing that kind of shit, that wasn't a good look. But do we all fucking make mistakes? And I know people are gonna be like, oh, this is it. Once again, 19-year-old girl
getting attacked,
and she don't know what to do. She's getting attacked by the biggest fucking country rap fan base ever, and she was just with the guy. Like I love you.
Right. Yeah.
And now you're getting attacked, dude. We dropped the ball on that one. Like us as a genre, we should have at least looked into it more and had a conversation with Katie, dude. And that's why I give Savannah credit, because she made an entire thing saying, man, you know what, Katie, I was wrong. You know what I mean? Because Savannah, she came in dissing Katie and all that other shit. You know what I mean? Which, you know, that was a thing. And you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And they worked that out. So it's like, okay, so now they squashed their beef. So at least some good came out of me posting that fucking picture that I had to fucking take a bunch of bullet holes in the back for him. I don't think Katie did a lot of shit that she fucking gets blamed for. And who am I to judge somebody, and who are the people to judge somebody? Because there's only two people that know the truth, and that's Katie and Ryan. And I don't know, man. I keep looking at this list and
right, I get it.
Common denominator. So
I think it takes a real man to say what you just said, bro. Real shit.
Well, I think a lot of people need to hear that, man, because I mean we've made mistakes in our country rap journey 100%, and that was That was one of them, dude. Like there should have been no reason that girl got crucified.
Imagine
like
being 19 years old.
Imagine being
a female and getting just smothered. I could only imagine, because I mean, being 38 years old and seeing the hate, and I catch hate for being your friend. You know what I'm saying? Like off the camera, like people be all like, I used Ryan. You know what I mean? Like I catch that shit all the time, and it's all like, man, that's crazy. That's unfair. It's unfair. And if that fan believes that and he goes and spews that shit, then there's 1,000 people in 5 years that believe that bullshit, man. When it's just all really miscommunication, because people want to go on the internet and spin things or say things or do this. And I'm not talking about specifically Ryan there. I'm talking about anyone that does it.
Yeah,
there's absolutely a lot of people that get on the internet and hooroo rah rah all the time, and it's all like, man, you should just let some shit ride out, bro. You know what I mean? And I think that's where a lot of people are lacking in this genre right now.
Yeah.
We need to have conversations.
Dude, I've had many conversations that have helped a lot of things. You know, me and Big Murph, we didn't see eye to eye. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And Big Murph's one of the most talented artists that I've ever met in my life. And we made albums together. Shit, we went #1 together. You know what I mean? Like we did that together, and we had indifferences. But you know what? Guess what? You guys didn't hear about. Guess what? The fans didn't hear. Us on the internet talking shit about each other. No, Murph went one way, I went the other way, and you know what I mean? That's what it was. And then we linked back up, and we realized, damn, dude, why the fuck did we just waste 2.5 years of our life not being friends anymore? When we love each other, you know what I mean? Like dude, we did a lot of fucking cool shit together. You know what I mean? Like we did the first ever country rap arena show. You know what I mean? Me, Murph, Jelly, Strug. Like we did the first arena thing in fucking Colorado together, dude. Like we did that, and that's a memory that I always have in my head. Like, hey man, like anybody can do anything, but there only can be one first. And we were the first ones to do that. And I did that with my bro Murph.
So without country rappers, and this is for the upcoming artists, they don't need everybody's cosign. You
don't need anybody's cosign.
They can still do what they need to do, and I think we're getting away from.
A perfect example is that 501 Bryce ain't have no cosigns.
Nah, I woke up one morning.
That motherfucker 501. That motherfucker 501 Bryce came out and he shit on the world. He came out swinging. You don't need a cosign to really do anything. You can do it on your own and fucking hard work and all that other shit.
All right, let's talk about Nashville, Tom. Let's talk about Nashville.
The good old country rap Avengers unite! Unite!
I've heard a lot of bullshit about Nashville, cuz.
Man, and that's the craziest thing about Nashville is it was not supposed to be any bullshit, dude. That was a thing that fucking Adam, Broadnax, and Demon did to show unity in the genre, dude. That's all it was. There's this fucking thing out in the world where it was just a big hate Ryan bash, and it was not. Ryan's name wasn't discussed there. It was people that were coming in from all walks of life, coming in to be a part of something that was bigger than just the people in that room. They were trying to show unity, and that's what we've been trying to push for so long, dude. And it really does suck that because one person wasn't involved in that. Okay, well let's try to just discredit every fucking thing that was done in Nashville when there was people that spent money to get there. They spent hotel rooms. They spent, you know what I mean, airplane tickets. They spent all this fucking shit to be a part of this Nashville thing. And now some people, they just sit back and they're just like, oh no, it was just a conspiracy. It was a fucking conspiracy. It was a goddamn conspiracy. They're all out to fucking.
You guys are up there writing scripts.
They're all out to get me.
You guys are up there writing scripts. That's what.
Yeah.
What someone told me.
Dude, it was nothing like that, dude. I actually got to have a great conversation with Charlie Farley, and that's somebody that back in my day I fucking had a little bit too much to drink and got on a live and said some things about Charlie Farley. But the second that I seen Charlie Farley, I was like, man, this dude's cool as shit. Why the fuck did I go on the internet instead of just once again reaching out and having a conversation with him? You know what I mean? And there was a lot of people that was there that, you know what I mean? Smo came up there and all this other shit. Smo, you know what I mean? I wasn't there when Smo was there because he came that day and then I came in the next day, so I didn't get a chance to chop it up with him or anything like that. But there was so many artists that were there that was trying to be a part of history, and they didn't have any malice behind anything that they were doing. It was just, hey, let's make some music and let's bring the up and comers. That was something for the up and comers because, you know, me and Adam, we had talks about, you know what I mean, like what can we do for the genre, because the genre for so long has been kind of stagnant. You know what I mean?
I agree
and
with
then now with all this shit going, it's the most talked about shit, you know what I mean, as far as, you know what I mean, getting people involved in with what we got going. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's a lot of drama and a lot of bullshit, but Nashville kind of blew the gasket, I guess you want to say, on what the genre could be if we all work together and shit. But
Again, another narrative that was spun.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Seems to be a common narrative spinning.
there's a lot of narrative spinning, man.
I've reached out to a lot of the artists that was there in Nashville, and I get, other than, you know, a couple motherfuckers, it's the same thing being said. You know, there was a lot of camaraderie.
Everybody left Nashville inspired. Like, if you went to Nashville and you were there and you got to see everything as a musician, as a promoter, as a producer, as just a fan, you know what I mean? There was people that definitely wasn't artists that came to Nashville, but they got to come in there and they got to have an experience. And like I said, you know, Adam sometimes comes off as an asshole, but you know what Adam did when he was in that studio that they spent all this money on? He coached these up and coming artists. It wasn't, hey, this may never see the light of day because you really don't know what the hell you're doing kind of thing. You're probably nervous. You know what I mean? You're rapping in a mic, and on the other thing, you got 100 people just staring at you like fucking meerkat manner. You know what I mean? There's like, what the fuck, you don't know, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? They're doing shit like that. And it was a lot of helping, a lot of guidance, a lot of teaching, because, you know, at the end of the day, people look up to, you know, people like Adam and Broadnax and Demon Jones, and you know what I mean?
You too, man.
And
You too.
Thank you. But what I'm saying is, people came in there, and if they didn't necessarily make the album, you know what they got? They got a learning experience from people that they look up to, people that they've listened to for years, and they got to be in the same room with them. They got to see them watch and make music with the same people that they listen to every single day of their life when they're on their way to work. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Work is a big thing, right? With country people.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
you know what I mean? Working, busting your ass, doing that kind of shit, man. That's a thing. So, you know what I mean? They put the work in when they went to Nashville, and
I went to work. I went to work after I got paid. After Adam and Ryan sent me money, guess what? I went the next day.
straight to Icebox and got a bust down Rolex.
Well, there went that. And ain't that crazy though? That a lot of guys that would be sitting in my chair right now would feel that way.
What?
Would feel like they, man, should I do this? Should I go talk to Justin? Should I sit down with Justin and talk to him?
Well, what do you think you should do, Chop?
I think I should do what's best for the genre, man, and get everybody's side, get everybody's story, and let you guys speak, man. Because personally, I am a success story of my own from watching you, bro. Like no cap, no bullshit, no glazing, just truth, facts, factual truth, bro. Like,
I appreciate that.
my marketing abilities, my grind. No, I won't say my work ethic. I just know that you appreciate a motherfucker that goes out and works hard. And when you're an artist and you want that appreciation from somebody, you go to where you get it, dog. Straight up, you know what I mean? And I remember the first time I performed at a show, you watched it, and you told me, man, keep riding, keep going. 10 shows later, bro, it's all like, damn, Chop, you all right. So I appreciate that.
Well, there's a thing. And shout out to my guy, Josie Scott. He told me this one time. He's like, man, everybody can do music, man, but you have to have it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have it. And you know what, Chop? It's looking like, you got it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, I'll pass the it factor from, that Josie Scott gave me to give it on to you right over there, Chop. You know what I mean?
I never thought it would go this way, but I think the want to do it and the country rap needing it, the genre needing this, I think it's huge. Yeah. And I see the possibilities. I see the opportunities. I see that it could be so much bigger than I've ever dreamed of it being.
Here's the thing. It's going to be big. It's going to be big whether fucking the Thanos has a fucking say in it or not. It's going to be big if fucking this side has a thing to say about it or not. Because guess what? It's not just about one or two particular people. It's about the fans. It's about the supporters. The genre, and those people are from all walks of life. They have different jobs. They have different... that's the beauty of the Redneck Rave. It doesn't matter if you know what I mean, you make $1 million a year or you make $50,000 a year, when you come to the Redneck Rave, guess what? You're welcomed with open arms. Leave the hate at the gate. And that's what country rap is about. That's what country rap represents.
That's the way I felt when at the Redneck Rave in Ohio.
Yeah.
I felt I was very welcomed with open arms, man.
Yeah.
I have been since I've messed with the Redneck Rave family. And that brings me back to Nashville, you know what I mean? Like, you invited me to Nashville. I just couldn't make it because I had to work. But I do feel like Nashville was a mistake on my part for not going. I wish I would have went because I seen now that
you want to win. You want to
Well, I see Hard Target. I seen Simple Man. Like, now, I wouldn't have never known them guys. Maybe I would have eventually, but I know them now because of Nashville. You know what I mean? And digging into that and starting a podcast, now I know some things. I know how some people feel about things. That's why Nashville was created. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I actually think there's going to be, I think there's been some great good come out. Look, you're going fucking turkey hunting, my dude. Came from Nashville, did it not?
Shout out to JJ Lawhorn, man, the real country boy, man.
Would you and JJ ran into each other without Nashville, do you think?
Hell no. We're two totally different walks of life. Like, he is a God-fearing man, and he lives off the land kind of guy. You know what I mean? He grows his own potatoes and tomatoes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I can't say that I would have just seen him out randomly and become, you know what I mean, like we're cool now. I think Nashville definitely had a very big part of that. And I did a lot of networking when I was there. It wasn't just with JJ. It was with a lot of other artists that were there. And
I see a lot of smaller artists or upcoming artists. I don't like saying the word smaller. I say upcoming artists. I see them working with, like, I seen Shaka Hustle Man. He's kind of attached with Adam now.
And so let's talk about Shaka Hustle Man and the Adam thing. Can we talk about all the features that Adam has done with people and never got paid for them? And just gives everybody all the money, all the revenue from everything? Can we talk about that?
I did not know that.
So a lot of artists, they don't know this. You know, everything I've ever done with Adam, he's never asked me for a dime. Every show that Adam has came to, he's never asked me for a dime. Jesse Howard, same thing. Like, a lot of these people, like, people ask me, Justin, do you pay artists at the Redneck Rave? And I'd be like, man, it depends on the situation. Because a lot of artists that I fuck with, that I built my relationships with, they play the rave off the strength of what the rave is and the relationship that I have with them. And how we've had the same relationship for a bunch of years. But that's something that I feel like is not
talked about a little bit. You know what I mean? Like
people really do look out for people and give them.
I didn't know Adam did that.
When it comes to Adam, there's no, hey, buy a feature. There's no, hey, I want to split. You know what there is? There's, hey, let's do this song, and if you want, I'll put it on my YouTube channel so people can hear it. You know A1 Since Day One with me and Big Murph? Whose channel is that on? It's not on mine.
No.
It's not on Big Murph's. It's on Adam's. Because Adam wanted to give us the maximum exposure that we possibly could have had at that time.
Oh, that's real shit, man.
And he didn't have to do that. And he's done that with so many other people, not necessarily putting their video on the channel, but he's done so much for other people as far as that's not talked about. You know what I mean? The only thing people want to talk about is, oh, Adam tries to fight everybody. Well, guess what? If you don't like it, fight him. If not, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, a lot of times all you gotta do is just stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
For real. Or what? Work it out like fucking men, bro. Like, what happened to that?
That shit went out the window when that word trolling became a thing.
You know what I mean? How do you feel? Do you think Nashville overall was a success?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because
what about this music?
I'm sure summertime would be a great time to drop music. You gonna drop music in the middle of winter?
I'm not, no.
Yeah, or maybe spring when people are just now getting out of their house, or are you gonna drop in the summer?
Where everybody's at.
Where everybody's partying and mudding and going on the trails and doing shit like that. So a lot of people ask that. They're like, man, when's this album coming out with all these people and all that kind of shit? I mean, obviously, you know, that's something that they have to deal with. They have to deal with 60 plus artists that are going to come out, and they have to deal with the producers. They have to deal with the background. That's a lot of shit that people have to deal with. So, I mean, it'll come out when it's supposed to come out, and when it's completed, I say summertime.
Summertime?
Yes, sir.
I'm excited to hear it, man. I've seen a lot of videos of guys really doing their shit up there, so I'm really excited for the album. And I wish it great success.
I want to just give reassurance to the artists. Artists, drop your music. Work with whoever the fuck you want to work with. One person doesn't dictate that. And that's where we are in country rap. One person may have done that. But now, it's a different day, different ball game. You know what I mean? They were playing baseball before. We playing football now.
Yeah, I definitely see the turning, the tides of turn. Like I definitely see that not just one person has his hand on it. Not just one person has his hand on it on each side of it. I can see it working together. I can see it coming. I can see it. I just hope that people stay true to themselves through the process.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I do see a lot of people not being themselves. And it's costing them. It's costing them relationships, costing them network. Like
all you got to do is just be solid and stand on.
That's it, man.
And stand on what you're saying. The biggest thing that I want from this fucking video is just to let the artist know that it is okay to work with whoever you want to work with. It doesn't matter. You know what you can do? They got this crazy feature, Chop. Crazy feature. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's called a block button. All right? It's called a block button. So when you got all these negative comments on your page, guess what you can do? Block them all. Okay? Because we're all guilty of this. We'll get 100 positive comments, see a negative comment. We dwell on that negative comment. Any artist knows what I'm talking about right now.
Absolutely, dude.
You get 100 positive, and you see that one that's like, man, this fucking sucks. And you're like, well, you suck, bub. You know what I mean? Like, you do shit like that. But we shouldn't focus on that negative. You know what we should do? We should block that motherfucker. And then go ahead and say thank you to all the people who took the time to comment something positive.
Absolutely, man. I totally agree with that. I'm guilty of it. I'm definitely
guilty of it too, dude.
I'll be doing it. I'll heart 12 comments, not say a word.
There's a positive and a negative with everything. So with the whole country rap beef shit and all the dismiss and all this other shit, there was good that came out of that. You got to learn about new artists. Artists went out, they worked, they shot music videos, they did this, they did that. And then on the negative tidbit, there's now all these people that are talking shit on your pages and they're doing all that. And but at the end of the day, does that last forever? No, because Chop, if you tell me not to like somebody, you're like, Justin, I don't like this person, so I don't want you to like them. You know what that's gonna make me do?
Figure out why.
No, that's gonna make me not like you. Because who the fuck are you to tell me who I can and cannot like?
I got you.
You know what I mean?
Same concept in my mind. I'm gonna go figure out most of the time. Why the fuck would he tell me not to like? Who the fuck's this guy? Tell me, yeah.
Have I ever done that to you, Chop? Have I ever been like, dude, if you fuck with so and so,
no, sir.
I will never talk to you again. You know what? Get him. All right, double X's. Get him. Get him. Get him. Ruin everything that he's fucking worked his ass off because he doesn't like me.
One conversation we've ever had where you was all like, man, you probably should have done something different.
What conversation was this, Chop? Do tell.
I got on the internet, got mad at a couple guys talking some shit. I felt like they were trying to take away my money from my channel, my YouTube channel, so I went to Facebook about it and went off. They in turn took my little Facebook video and made it about their dick.
Gay.
Which turned me into a guy that sang about some dude's dick. So there that was. That was terrible.
And what did we learn?
We learned that we could have spent our fucking time doing something way more productive than giving guys content to make a song about me singing about a dick.
Listen, this brings me back to this. TROLL. That's gonna be my new thing, dude. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I came up with something on it, though.
Damn.
Yeah.
Time at the pop up. My slap hand. We've talked a little bit about everything in this, Justin. Let's talk about what I hear people attack you, okay? And let's talk about what they attack you for.
They don't got a beard that looks this good. That's what it is. They got them little fucking pubic hair beards. And they look at this tall, handsome city slicker. Oh my God, I wish I could have a beard like him.
What did you call that? The scruff pad beard or whatever?
The SOS pad.
SOS pad beard.
Motherfucker got an SOS pad talking shit about me.
Right on the glued to their chin.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Crazy work. Crazy work. But let's talk about that video that happened a couple years ago that got put out on you, bro.
At the end of the day, I say this. We all go through relationship problems, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when you get out of relationships and it's a fresh out of the relationship, you go through that turmoil stage, right?
Absolutely, dude.
And at the end of the day, things are said. And sometimes those things are supposed to stay behind the scenes. That is the mother of my children. Okay. And whether she says this about me on the internet or she says that about me on the internet, that is still the mother of my children. Just because it didn't necessarily work out with us doesn't mean that we have to have this anger and animosity towards each other. So when people want to say something about a video, it's like, have you not done anything in your life that maybe you want to be like, okay, I could have did this different or something like that when it came to being in a relationship? We all make mistakes. Absolutely. We're all men. You know, a lot of people on the internet, they act like they're fucking perfect and they're flawless and they've never done anything wrong. I've done a lot of wrong. You know what I mean? I can admit the wrong that I've done. I'm sure you've done wrong. But at the end of the day, life keeps fucking moving and people can say what they want. But once again, they say that on the internet. And I live in the real world. And in the real world, the mother of my children is good. My kids are good. And that's all that fucking matters.
I respect that, man. It takes a man to get up here and say that shit.
I put my life on the internet to be judged. We all do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're on the internet and you're an internet persona, you're going to get judged off what you do and shit that's put on the internet. And I understand that. But I just feel like, okay, well, you could say whatever you want on the internet too, but let me tell you something. TROLL. That's all I'm saying.
I respect it. But no, man, it's really this understanding around the country rap world that amongst the haters that you're just this motherfucker, dude. It's not like, I just don't see it. I can't see it.
If I was this big motherfucker, do you think that I would have the respect of all my peers that I have?
Exactly, man.
Do you think I could have, not this list, but this list of all of these awesome fucking people? Do you think I could get all these people to come together if I was this piece of shit person that people try to make me out to be?
That's why I think.
You know what I mean? You got to think.
That's why I argue with it, man.
I keep picking up. This is my only note, so this is all I got, guys. He's got an earpiece from Ryan in his ear right now.
That's great. So, explain the dynamic right now for an upcoming artist. What are we to do after this?
You know what you're gonna have to do? It's not a pick and side thing, but you're just gonna have to go with what you think is the best morally. Who would you rather your kids look up to, right? Do you want them to look up to the guy that's fucking painting swastikas on fucking guitars? Or do you want your kid to look up to fucking the guy that talks a lot of shit, but at least he'll back it up? At least he'll fucking, be out there in the trenches with the people and not hide behind security or a gate. I know, we want to talk about the Redneck Rave during this, and we want to talk about Justin because I'm up here and I'm doing this. But let's not get away from the fact that it's two people right now that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
People have to not necessarily pick a side, but you just have to feel like, which one would you stand beside? Does that make sense?
Absolutely, man. What's your next move, man? What are you doing after this?
Man, I'm going to fucking tell my dad and tell my mom that they can get their tickets at redneckrave.com.
Hell yeah. Just in time doing just in time.
Yeah. I have an album coming out with Marcotic. Marcotic is an awesome kid. Awesome kid. He's kind of like, you know how you say about buying onto the rave. Marcotic bought onto the rave a couple times. He bought a feature. And he just did all this stuff, right? And then, he don't fucking buy a slot anymore at the rave now. You know what I mean? Because he put the work in. You know what I mean? If I said, hey, you got to buy a slot, he would probably do it again. And over and over and over and over again, but he's not. Because, you know what I mean? The money shit that I do, that's just for me to see if people are serious. Like, at the end of the day, I don't need anything from anybody. Like, I could sit over here and just play my little party and do whatever. But Marcus is somebody who really showed people early on, a little bit before you did, this is a good thing to buy on, or a good thing to be a part of, because this is going to help excel your career, and these people are going to they're going to have your back for life, kind of thing. But Marcus is another person that double-sided sword. He was up here one day with your fucking fearless leader, Thanos. You know what I mean? Thanos glazed him for a whole day. And then he snapped his fingers and said, everybody unfollow Marcotic. You know, that gaslit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Gaslit everybody basically in a roundabout way to say, fuck Narcotic. And I thought that was bullshit because you know Narcotic, right, Chop?
Absolutely, man. Big fan. Big friend now.
Do you think Narcotic deserved that?
Absolutely not, dude. Absolutely not. That situation was absolutely uncalled for. He didn't have to go on his story and say that about Narcotic.
And it's a kid. It's Narcotic, dude. Who the fuck doesn't like Narcotic? What does he do? He literally is the epitome of country rap. When you talk,
after all the things that was said, and it was all like, man, dude, he said some really positive things about Narcotic. Talked really good about his work drive, his ethic, and how he did it. He should never been punished for working with a guy that had the genre by its balls there for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Talking about Jam?
Yeah, Jam come up through the genre of, I mean,
I don't know where the fuck they get these fucking things about Jam.
I think
They're like
he's
he's
a
an
cool guy.
industry plant and he's a Russian spy,
I don't think
or
so.
dude,
Gives a
Jam
shit.
lives on a farm in Alabama. And his best friend is named Coon Dog, and is literally like how exactly you think somebody named Coon Dog would be. Cool, chill, drink a couple beers, you know what I mean? Have a good time. I don't know where they got this thing with Jam. Like, I have no idea where this... You know what it was? That motherfucker was making some noise. That motherfucker came up and so quick, and motherfuckers like, who the fuck is fucking same as 501 Bryce? These two, and now look, they're working together. You know what I mean?
Well, they're doing things, man.
But you know what they're doing? They're sharing the clout from each other. Like, okay, Jam came... Now he's gonna and 501's coming up. Jam did the kind of the lane that Bryce went, so now Jam's gonna be like, hey, you know what I mean? Give him. They're sharing clout tokens. In every other genre, country music, hip hop, R&B, all this other shit, the people at the top are collaborating. It's the little fucking bottom feeders on the bottom that are doing all the drama and the negativity. And in country rap, it's like, well, how come? If you're at the top, let's fucking not do no drama. Let's do the collaborating. Let's get to collaborating. Let's do the working together shit. Like, that was the mission at one point in time. Now the mission is like, you know what I mean? Fuck you. I'm going to do what the fuck we got to do to make sure that we keep moving. Ain't nobody going to knock us off of what the fuck we got going on. You know what I mean? Like, and that's where it's moving now. Like, there was a time when everyone wanted fucking peace, love, and unity. And guess what we got? We got peace, love, and unity. Just minus a couple people on the island of misfit toys.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to play with them anymore because, fuck, man. It's like, do you want to play with Mr. Potato Head at being 20 years old?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No,
exactly.
sir. So, you know, we're coming to the conclusion of this thing, Tom. Tell me about your team, man. Tell me about... I love the Redneck Rave team.
How about you tell me? Because I know that a lot of people on my team, they fuck with you. So, what do you think about the team?
I think the camaraderie is the strongest I've ever witnessed in my life as far as being a part of something. I've been a part of football teams. I have my own team that I work with, and our camaraderie ain't nowhere near as strong as what you guys have. And what I think from the Redneck Rave team could definitely be example setters to other teams.
Yeah.
Could definitely be leaders. And I love that fact, man. I love that I say we because I'm part of the team. So you have a door person that you trust, your merch guy you trust. You have a right-hand man that you can hand $1 million to, two or three of them, that you can hand $1 million to and know you're going to get $1 million. You have CEOs, entrepreneurs. I mean, bro, what was there more to say? The team is loaded with like-minded, driven folks. And that's what brought me in. When I seen that you guys take your team, the moment I seen Fedora Mike chart, bro, I knew at that moment in my head, like, bro, these motherfuckers are real. This ain't no just, let's just push one dude down and let's just fucking promote one man. Let's promote the whole fucking team, bro. And then just for my single 50 off the top, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's sharing it, trying to help me chart, bro. Like, that's beautiful. You can't beat that. And I think that's what shows the difference in Redneck Rave team versus everybody else.
I can't take the credit for everything that I've done because at the end of the day, I may have worked every job that I asked my team to help me with or this and that. But dude, it takes a village to, you know what I mean, necessarily raise a child. And the Redneck Rave is obviously the child. or me if I drink a little bit too much. But I would definitely, you know, a lot of my success that I've had is always having good people in my corner. I've always had solid people. You know, you go through
Yeah, absolutely.
You have a
Growing
few
pains.
people like that, but when you look around and you look at, you know, the Redneck Rave family and the people that are a part of that, these are the same people that's been with us for years. You can judge a lot by a person, by okay, this guy's had the same friends for decades. This guy has worked with the same people for decades. That shows a lot about somebody. And I've been so fortunate enough to have people that not necessarily believe in me, but they believe in the bigger picture. And that's including bigger artists. That's including, you know, the Adam Calhouns, the Jelly Rolls, the Struggle Jennings, the Demon Joneses, like all those people I've had conversations with. Not necessarily about the Redneck Rave, but just about life in general. And I watch those same individuals and how they operate and how they do their team. And it's the same way that we sort of conduct our team, where it's camaraderie, it's family, it's stuff like that. That is what, you asked me a question, what is country rap? And that is country rap. Right there. Like the camaraderie, the family, the brotherhood, the relationships, the memories. That is the most important thing. You can't lose track of that because of beef, because of drama, because of stuff like that. We're going to continue with our camaraderie. We're going to continue with our brotherhood, and we're going to continue putting pressure on people who oppose that. If you oppose what we're trying to do when it's trying to be peace and love and unity and all that other shit, then it's fuck you. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? And that's what I want to take from this video at the end of the day. Like the camaraderie's there, the brotherhood's there, the family's there, and we're not going to stop until we show everybody that it's a real fucking thing. And the realest part of all of this is it all follows under two words: country rap. Take that to the bank.